What's up, baby doll? So a lot of people are calling for the top of crypto, and my friend Chris sent me this where we have, I think this is from like Camel Finance, showing the S&P 500 deviation from job openings and unemployment level. And the interesting part is, friends, is it's funny. You're not meant to be looking at the absolute number of these. You're meant to be looking at the rate of change. Look, here's the thing, right? Everything's cooled off. It's not hot. Okay, nothing of the data says we are hot. People are skeptical. People are calling the top, and nothing is showing that the economy is heated. Nothing. Okay, you pretty much point any data. You can look at housing creations, like the housing permits, the retail data, consumer confidence. Nothing is hot. Absolutely nothing. It's all saying we're in dog poop land still. And you can even see as well, I mean, like I show you this all the time, right? The business cycle, friends. When I'm looking at the business cycle, you got to remember, this is a reflection of what the economy is doing today. Okay, this is a reflection. It's below 50. Okay, so yeah, stock market's up. It's the top 7 companies. You have the racist Russell 2000 still below its all-time high. Nothing is saying that it's cool, friends. All the data, consumer sentiment, everything I just mentioned for you, there's literally, I can go through like 15 pieces of data. They all say the same thing. That we are not hot. Okay, that's why it's making people nervous, because they know we've been running for a long time. Well, if you want to click sell and leave. Another example, right? It's funny, friends. When you look at Bitcoin maxis, they're not going to help you with the risk on part of the cycle. They're not. It's like asking Uncle Peter Schiff, who's like always long gold, hey, what do I buy in a bull market? He's going to have no idea, literally zero idea, because he thinks a bear market's coming every 2 seconds. When you're like in Bitcoin maxi land, yeah, you think that this is cheap. Bitcoin dominance at 58%. Okay, that's funny. Explain to me how we have a pro-crypto administration. We have the SEC on our side. They're about to do US taxes, crypto reform. We're about to get these ETFs. Trump's going to have an ETF for his Trump meme coin. You know, hasn't even been released. We've got Dogecoin ETF. We have all these crypto IPOs coming. Ripple IPO, Kraken IPO. We haven't even had ChatGPTs. They have not even done their stock release yet. Right? So we haven't even seen that, friends. You understand? Like, explain to me how Bitcoin dominance was at 41% last cycle. Now it's at 58. They go, it's all over. Right? It's because, friends, you understand, like, these people, you got to be careful who you listen to, because, look, you can listen to them. I don't give a crap. I'm just telling you, when you have a Bitcoin maxi portfolio, in your mind, Bitcoin is risk on and risk off. You're like, oh, no matter what, it just keeps going up. Well, look, you can take that bet. That's fine. I'm not saying not to take that bet. You can do whatever you want. I'm just taking the other side of that. Okay? I don't think when you have articles like this coming at the top, alt season is dead, why Bitcoin treasury stocks are the new altcoins, I don't think Willy Woo calling for 90% Bitcoin dominance, I don't think that's like, oh, they're going to be correct. I just personally, just doesn't feel right with me, you know? So I'm going to keep holding, man. I still think there's only a 10% chance that we've topped out. I see on my timeline every single day, someone's trying to call the top. Everyone's saying it's over, calling the top. And you got to remember as well, from a Bitcoin maxi perspective, you got to look at this, friends. Crypto's 3.7 trillion, bro. Do you understand how much of a joke that is? 3.7 trillion. Do you understand what crypto's doing? We're literally de facto CBDC. I mean, the US Treasury literally said we're going to have $2 trillion worth of stablecoins in the next 4 to 5 years. 2 trillion. We're just getting started, bro. I know it doesn't look like, trust me. I did not think 3.5 years ago I would be saying at the end of 2025 that I think we're just getting started, because we haven't gotten hot. We have not gotten hot as well. Friends, I've even shown you, right, the OTHERS-btc chart. Look at this, dude. Altcoins used to be 46% of Bitcoin's market cap at the top of 2021. Now they're only 14%. But you got to remember, friends, when you're a Bitcoin maxi, they think altcoins are worth 0. But I just step outside of my fluffy slippers and I say, well, Uncle Peter Schiff says Bitcoin should be 0 as well. But it keeps going up over time. You get it? Everyone has a different perspective because they're underexposed. So look, you can do whatever you want. Personally, I'm just long. I'm not touching it. I'm staying long. I'm staying long. We were cheap here. I still think we're cheap here. What would be a super hot, dangerous measure for me? Okay, if others hits above, say, 50%. Okay, above 50%. That's the coins outside of the top 10. That's personally what I think. I'm not seeing anything which shows any danger sign. That's just personally for me, whatsoever. They're still printing money. This is global liquidity factor. They're still printing money, right? And you got to remember as well, friends, a lot of the Bitcoin maxis, they were like really hung up on the left translated cycle. Do you remember? Last year, didn't happen. I even called for dark prophecy, but didn't know it was going to happen. I'm just waiting. And I'm like, well, it looks like a bit of a left translator, but we just haven't had alt season, so I'm still holding. So I got the thesis right, where everybody thinks we're going to have an amazing 2025 because of Donald Trump and stuff. I guessed this like many years ago, but I'm still holding on. So that's the whole game, friends. You don't know the future. I don't see any weak hands in altcoins, do you? I see weak hands in Bitcoin. Friends, you want to see weak hands? You have a sea of people, otherwise known as C people, who are in the Bitcoin treasuries, okay? And look at their trashy MNAVs, friends. Like, they're literally approaching 1 by the day, okay? Bitcoin strategy, like, they're approaching 1. Many examples, okay? And it hasn't even really started. Like, it's beginning to start, really. Like, you're running out of Bitcoin demand, right? So my perspective is just I'm staying long. I have absolutely no problems with the people holding altcoins right now. I think you're a real believer. Now, I know you're a real believer. You've held, like, there's thousands of things that have come up that have basically dared you to get out. If you're still holding right now, you're cut above the rest. And we haven't seen the big green candle pumps. Nothing onboards people faster than seeing other people get rich without them. A green candle on a chart is all it takes. We have not seen that, friends. We have not seen this phase of traditional end of time stuff. That's where weak hands come in, right? We haven't seen them. There's been no weak hands that come in. You got to think about this. Look at this. Market wisdom. You don't get outsized returns by thinking like the crowd. Markets are designed to reward discomfort. If something feels obvious, you're probably late. If it feels hard to hold, you're probably early. Sound familiar? The price of outperforming is acting different when it matters most. Now, a lot of people will say, no, but everybody's bullish. Everybody's bullish. No, they're not. What, the 7 cockroaches still left after the 15,000 nuclear holocaust explosions of altcoins that you still see on Twitter? Friends, I see their portfolios, dude. They're not bullish. Do you want to know how I know they're not bullish? I've seen multiple KOLs, multiple screenshots, multiple people. They're but anywhere from 30 to 70% of their whole portfolio is stable coined up. The average is 50%. That doesn't seem like risk on to me, where everybody's got a 50% stable coin allocation, But you can do what you want. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I've got very pointy elbows. I've got straight posture. I don't know. Okay. Also, another big thing, friends, my exotic top signals, right? Coinbase, friends, I'm going to see for you, the Coinbase App Store ranking is rank 288 right now. 280. I want to see it top 10. That's normies coming in. That's retail coming in. They're emotional weak hands. Emotional weak hands, when they come in, friends, even though they use a lot of money, they don't leave bids in the market. That requires patience. They come in and they just start hitting market. And that's how you explore higher and higher prices. We have not seen anywhere near that. Everybody's confident to leave bids in the market right now. You don't have this sense of urgency. There's no weak hands, right? Even get it really obvious here. The price of outperforming is acting different when it matters most. Everybody's hung up on 4-year cycle. Friends, I'm the one who's been spamming. I coined the term, I've got 5-year cycle now. I've been saying 5-year cycle. Now, of course, we got it from Rara. Shout out to Rara. Okay, Raul Powell with a 5-year bond duration. But yeah, I'm like, I don't care. I'm not getting out. I don't care. And, of course, friends, whenever you see these things, people friends, you got to imagine, right? You're watching like Lionel Messi on the field, and he keeps telling you, when a defender comes to you this way, you should always go on the left. And then you watch him on the field, and then he fakes left and goes right. And then you pull him up on it. You go, you told me to always go left. He's like, but this time is different. And you're like, you contradict yourself. Yeah, welcome to, friends. This is elite level sport, predictions, markets. It's a hyper competitive game. That's why, you're looking at me and sounds like you've moved the goalposts. I know. Yeah, but it's not really moving goalposts. I am not happy with the amount of weak hands in. I don't see any weekend. Personally, you can see something different. That's totally fine. I'm holding long. I don't give a crap. Remember, friends, as well, how fast everybody was. Remember, friends, there were KOLs selling Bitcoin down here with Germany at 50K when Japan exploded. And there were many KOLs selling when they said Donald Trump was going to usher in a world recession. All right. So I'm still holding. You can do what you want. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.